On January 31st, 2026, something historic happened right here at Polaris School of Technology in Bangalore. OpenAI's one of its kind AI conference in India. And we had the privilege of hosting it AI Engineers Day, co-hosted by OpenAI, Peak 15 partners, Activate, and Polaris. 2,000 applications, invite only, the brightest engineering minds, the sharpest builders, the most ambitious founders, all in one room for one day. I'm Rohan Saneja from Polaris, and I was there for every moment. The energy, the ideas, the technical depth, the conversations that happened. This was not just another tech event. This was a glimpse into what the next decade of software is going to look like. And today, I'm taking you inside. What happened, who spoke, what they said, and why it matters if you're building with AI in 2026. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about what this event represented. 2,000 applications came in for an invite-only conference. That alone tells you the hunger, the demand, the sheer volume of builders in India right now who are working on AI. This wasn't a broad tech conference. This was hyper-focused AI engineers, developers, technical founders, people actively shipping AI into production or very close to it. The selection criteria was strict. You had to be building, not just learning. Why Bangalore? Why Polaris? Because India's AI ecosystem is exploding right now, and Bangalore is the epicenter, and Polaris, as an institution training the next generation of engineers, was the perfect venue to host the future of software being written in real time. OpenAI chose India for this international conference outside the US. That's not random, that's strategic. India has over 100 million weekly ChatGPT users, second only to the United States. The talent density here, the builder mentality, the scale at which Indian engineers can think, OpenAI knows this is where some of the most impactful AI applications will be built. The day kicked off with deep technical sessions, not surface level AI hype, not generic AI will change everything talks. This was production systems, real world challenges, technical architecture from founders and leaders who are already operating at scale. Peak 15 partners Pushpak Kedia opened with a powerful framing. He said, there has never been a better time to build, but here's the key insight he shared. AI has made how to build much easier. The tools, the models, the infrastructure. It's democratized. What's harder now is deciding what to build and which battles to pick. AI isn't just lowering the barrier to entry, it's raising the ceiling for what's possible. Faster timelines, lower costs, shorter feedback loops, bigger markets accessible from day one. The opportunity landscape has fundamentally changed. For builders, the question is no longer, can I build this? It's, should I build this and how do I win in this space? Pratyush from Activate took this further. He spoke about India's unique tech stack and the tension between convergence and fragmentation. India isn't just copying Western playbooks. We're building different infrastructure, different go-to-market strategies, different product philosophies because our markets are different. The question for Indian builders, do you ride the wave of convergence with global standards or do you bet on fragmentation and build India-specific solutions? There's no one answer, but understanding this tension is critical. Then came one of the most fascinating sessions, Agentic Commerce. Razorpay's Chief Product Officer walked us through how AI agents are reshaping commerce in India. Think about this. Today when you shop online, you browse, you search, you compare, you add to cart, you check out. It's a human-driven flow with some AI recommendations sprinkled in tomorrow. And this is already being built. AI agents handle entire transactions on your behalf. You tell your agent, I need running shoes, budget, 5,000 rupees, good for marathon training. The agent searches across platforms, compares reviews, checks your size history, negotiates deals, completes purchase, tracks delivery all autonomously. For commerce platforms, this changes everything. The UI isn't just for humans anymore. You need agent-friendly APIs, negotiation protocols, verification systems. The entire architecture of e-commerce shifts. India is uniquely positioned here because our commerce ecosystem is so diverse, from Flipkart and Amazon to local kiranas digitizing. Agentic commerce in India won't look like agentic commerce in the US. Different constraints, different opportunities. Then things got really technical. OnFinance.ai and Ring.ai, two Indian startups building voice-centric AI systems at scale, broke down the challenges of keeping multi-agent voice systems live in production. OnFinance is handling compliance using AI. Ring is doing AI-powered calling at millions of calls per month. These aren't demos. These are production systems handling real money, real customer conversations, real business outcomes, the challenges they shared, latency, voice needs to be real time. 200 milliseconds of lag feels unnatural. Accuracy, misunderstanding a financial transaction amount is not acceptable. Context switching, agents need to handle interruptions, topic changes, background noise, multi-agent coordination when you need finance agent to talk to, verification agent to talk to, customer support agent. Orchestration gets complex scale. Maintaining quality when going from 1,000 calls to 1 million calls to 10 million calls, this wasn't theory. This was battle-tested knowledge from teams operating in production, the kind of insights you don't get from blog posts or documentation. You get them from people who've debugged systems at 3 a.m. when customers are on the line. And then came the afternoon, the part everyone was waiting for. 4 hands-on workshops with OpenAI engineers actually present in the room, guiding builders. Workshop 1, Codex and Coding Agents, how to build AI systems that write, review, debug, and deploy code. Not autocomplete, actual autonomous coding workflows. Workshop 2, Agents and Agentic systems, the architecture patterns that work, tool calling, function execution, decision trees, error handling, how to build agents that don't just follow scripts but adapt to dynamic environments. Workshop 3, multimodal AI, vision plus language plus audio plus structured data, how to build systems that understand the world across multiple modalities and reason across them. Workshop 4, multi-agent workflows, the most complex architecture challenge. How do you get multiple specialized agents to collaborate, delegate, coordinate, and achieve complex goals together? These weren't beginner tutorials, these were advanced technical deep dives with the engineers who build OpenAI's products, answering questions, reviewing architectures, debugging approaches in real time. The level of technical depth was extraordinary. People were asking about token optimization strategies, embedding dimensionality trade-offs, fine-tuning data requirements, production deployment patterns, cost management at scale. This was the future of software being workshopped live. And everyone in that room walked away with patterns they can immediately apply to their systems. Simultaneously, multiple tracks were running, hackathon teams were building, Pitch Fest had founders, presenting to investors, and OpenAI. Networking was constant. One of the key things that happened during the day was the OpenAI Hackathon. It came with a total prize pool of $170,000 and it was structured around 3 very clear tracks. The first track focused on agentic software engineering using Codex. The idea here wasn't just to write better code with AI, but to treat Codex as an agent, something that can plan, execute, and iterate instead of responding to isolated prompts. The second track was around multimodal intelligence. This was about showing how systems that combine text, vision, and other modality can feel more intuitive and expressive than traditional interfaces, and how that changes the way users interact with software. The third track explored multi-agent systems and workflows. Participants were encouraged to show tangible improvements, starting from a simple single model or prompt-based baseline, then moving to agentic setups, and finally to multi-agent workflows, clearly demonstrating the performance gains at each step. Submissions were time-bound with a strict midnight local time deadline, and the broader goal of the hackathon was to see how far developers could push the current generation of frontier models in real applied scenarios. This was the Indian AI ecosystem on full display. The talent is real, the ambition is real, the execution is real. But honestly, some of the most valuable moments happened between sessions, the hallway conversations, the lunch debates, the coffee chats. You had engineers from unicorn startups comparing notes with founders running 3-person teams, AI researchers discussing papers with product managers, shipping features, people who'd never met before, whiteboarding architectures on napkins, someone solving voice latency issues for healthcare, connecting with someone solving similar problems for education, instant knowledge transfer, instant collaboration. This is what happens when you get the right people in the right room. The official program sets the foundation, but the emergent conversations create the real magic. So what's the takeaway if you're building with AI in 2026? 1. The barrier to entry is lower than ever, but the bar for W, hats considered impressive, is higher than ever. Basic chatbots, simple automation, wrapper apps, that's table stakes now. The market wants production-grade systems that solve real problems at scale. 2. India isn't just participating in the AI wave. India is shaping it. The unique constraints and opportunities here are forcing builders to innovate in ways that might actually leapfrog Western approaches. 3. Agentic systems are moving from research to production. Voice agents, coding agents, commerce agents, finance agents, these are being deployed right now. If you're not thinking in terms of agents and multi-agent workflows, you're already behind. 4. Community matters. Events like AI Engineers Day aren't just about listening to talks. They're about connecting with people, solving similar problems, learning from production war stories, finding collaborators and co-founders, 5 OpenAI coming to India, signals something bigger. International players recognize that the next phase of AI innovation will be global, not just Silicon Valley centric. Indian builders have a real shot at building category defining companies. AI Engineers Day was more than an event, it was a statement. A statement that India's AI builder ecosystem has arrived. That we are not just consumers of AI tools, we are creators of AI systems that will serve millions, maybe billions, 2,000 applications for one day, one room, one shared mission, build the future. If you missed it, don't worry. The energy from that day is still rippling through the ecosystem, the connections made, the ideas sparked, the architectures learned. They're being built into products right now. And at Polaris, we're committed to continuing this momentum, training the next generation of AI engineers, hosting more events that bring the brightest minds together, creating an environment where builders can push boundaries. If this video got you excited about AI engineering, hit that like button, share it with your friends who are building, subscribe to this channel for more content on AI, technology, and the future being built in India, and drop a comment. What are you building with AI? What challenges are you facing? What did you find most interesting from this recap? The future is being written in real time, and you can be part of writing it. See you in the next one.